Welcome y'all to another one-up guided tour. This is puzzle 396, a 9x9 released this very evening. We're going to load her up and let's get started. On large puzzles, I've been talking about quartering, or at least finding the place where there's short segments or overlapping segments. And what we can see right now is, there's a 2 length, a 4 length, a 5 length, a couple 6 lengths going this way. So then that means you've got 3s too. So you got 2, 3, 4s, 5s, and 6s. You're going to have some staggering. You're going to have a baseline or two in there. Look at video 379 for more details on that. But you also have a lot of 3s, 9s, and 6s taken out. And those are going to come into play quickly. But we're going to start going after these short segments on the bottom along R9 to start. Now these 2s sweep over, that makes it a 2. This 3 and 2 go all the way over, making this 3 segment a 1, and the 1 segment a 4. And we can't narrow down much more yet on that, but we do know the 2 and the 1 and the 3 and the 2. And that leaves some more in there. And we're working our way back over to the other side. And these 2s also sweep up, they don't just sweep over, so there's another 2. That gives us a 1 and a 3. And if you notice, that really is a lot of 3s. In column 1, you have all of them. Column 2, all of them. Column 3, all of them. Column 4, all of them. That is quite a bit of the 3s. Let's see, what else can we do with that? Well, this is a 5 length, so we need that one. And a 6 length, so we need that one. I'll look up here. This has to be a 1, and now 3 and 4 are known. Of course, we grab that 2 as well. That's a lot of 3s. We have this one left. What else do we know? Remember all those 6s going over? This can't be 3 or 6. This can't be 3 or 6. This can't be 3 or 6. This can't be 6. This must be 6. And there, we got some progress there. This one looks up. We can knock that out. And how many more 3s do we have? Let's see. That can't be 1. That can't be 1. That can't be 1. That can't be 1. There's a 3. And that gives us 3. And that gives us this 3. And that is very likely all of the 3s in the whole puzzle. Let's go back. We were working this line, and the 6s were gone except for here. And if you look up, this is our last 9. All the other 9s fall down to those other squares. Okay, we've done a lot. Let's work our way back up, and let's check these lines, because we're going to have some sort of interplay. And I don't do a lot of notes. This is some interesting pigeonholing though. This has to be a 4 or a 5. This has to be 1, 4, or 5. And this has to be 1, 4, or 5. And that leaves us 2, 7, or 8. This can only be 7. This can only be 2. And this can only be 8. And our 1, 4, 5s are still left there. That's some fun pigeonholing. Let's do it again. This can be a 4 or 5. This can be a 4 or 5. Well, then now this has to be a 1. And this has to be a 2. And with that 8 seen, that's a 7, and that's an 8. That's pretty good. You want to do a third time? Let's do a third time. That's a 4, 5. And that's a 4, 5, which means this can't be a 5. Also can't be a 2. And 2, 5, and 7 were only choices. So that's a 7. That's the 2. And that's the 5. And we can do this whole line too. The 5 makes us a 4, but we're also given that 6 and 7 resolve. And we should go backwards and not leave holes behind us. It solves better that way. That's a 5, that's a 7, that's an 8, all by force. And now when we go up, that's the 5. And we're left with 1 and 4, and that has to be 1, and that has to be 4. 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 1, 4. That's not a bad little run. Let's go all the way over. We're left with 1 and 2, and it has to go like this, 1 and 2. We're left with 8, which has to go there, and then 2 and 5, and then 5 and 4, and then 4 and 1, and then 1 and 6. And that's one way to solve a 1-up 396. I always say the same thing. It's all about the segmentation and to solve it segment by segment. So you want to get a good cascade going from the very beginning. And this particular path is pretty efficient. at solving what you need to do in the right order. I hope it helped you. If it did, let me know. If you still have questions, leave a comment. I'll try and help there. Like if you like, share, subscribe, spread the word. We'll see you again on another fine evening.